Welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. So glad you decided to stop by and see what kind of tea I am spilling today. Well, I'm spilling some pretty good tea. But before we get into that, I want you to subscribe. We're trying to build a channel here. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload and give me a thumbs up for that algorithm. All right, let's get into the tea. And first up is some very, very sad news. Representative Shelia Jackson Lee has passed away at age 74 of pancreatic cancer. She was a representative from Texas 18th District. She was a giant. She was one of the greats. I put her in the presence of John Lewis and so many other, Barbara Jordan, so many other giants of the Congress. This is what her family had to say when they announced her passing. They said today with incredible grief for our loss, yet deep gratitude for the life she shared with us. We announce the passing of the United States Representative Shelia Jackson Lee of the 18th Congressional District of Texas. Her family said in a statement, a local, a national, and international humanitarian. She was acknowledged worldwide for her courageous fight for racial justice, criminal justice, and human rights, with special emphasis on women and children, the statement said. Jackson Lee announced in June that she had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was undergoing treatment. The longtime Congresswoman served in the House since 1995 and leaves a legacy of pushing for legislation related to civil rights. She will be missed. Next up is Brittany Griner and her wife Chantel has just announced that they have had a baby boy. And you may remember Brittany Griner. She was the basketball player that was being held in Russia. And a lot of negotiations was going on because she was found with some cannabis oil when she was on her way back home. And she was found guilty and given 10 years. But with negotiations and prisoner swapping, she was able to be released. And now she is back playing basketball. She's with her wife, and her wife have just announced that they have had a child, which is a baby boy. They said he was 7 pounds, 8 ounces, and he was born July 8th. And they are very, very happy. And Brittany said that the baby is going to call her Pops. All I can say is congratulations to her and her wife, and that, she has really had a whirlwind of a year. She went from prison to becoming a parent. All right, next up is Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. He is a football player, I think with the New York Giants or Jets, one of them. I'm not a football person, But he had a lawsuit, a $20 million lawsuit against Nike. And this is what it said. Odell Beckham Jr. speaks out after the $20 million lawsuit against Nike comes to an end. Justice was served. This is what he said. Justice was served. But as you go into the article, you realize you you really don't know what he's talking about because he ended up with no money. The grand jury determined that neither party had violated their agreements. But Beckham Jr. was saying that he felt that Nike had held back money from him, $20 million worth, and that's why he was suing them. But in the end, he ends up with zero, and he says justice was served. I don't know how justice is served when you sue somebody for $20 million and you come away with nothing. Am I missing something? I must be missing something. But he seemed relieved by it. It's not my money, so I'm not going to worry about it. And we'll move on. All right, next up is stupid people doing stupid stuff. And this is an update. If you remember, I did a stupid people doing stupid stuff on this woman who left her toddler in the playpen and went on vacation. Well, she had, and then tried to lie about it, but we all know forensics do not lie. And when she was found dead to right that she had did this because she had the nerve to take pictures and show how wonderful of a time she was having while her baby was left in a playpen with nothing. She had all of that proof that she didn't even get rid of. Because when she called the authorities, the baby had passed away when she got back home. She tried to pretend like the baby, she was there and the baby had just passed away. And she had been there all along, never went on vacation. No, 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 no. But like I said, forensics doesn't lie and video doesn't lie. So she finally had to just come to the conclusion that nobody wasn't buying what she was selling. So she confessed. And so this where the story picks up is her sentencing. Mom who left toddler alone in playpen while she went on vacation gets a life sentence. A Cleveland woman who pled guilty to aggravated murder after leaving her toddler home alone in a playpen while she went on a 10-day vacation was sentenced Monday to life in prison without parole, and that is fitting. A judge found that Crystal Can Del Rio, 32, had committed the ultimate act of betrayal when she left her 16-month-old daughter, Jalen Candelario, in the playpen, trapped in a tiny prison while she traveled to Puerto Rico and Detroit. This is what this woman did. Just as you didn't let Jalen out of her confinement, so too you should spend the rest of your life in a cell without freedom. Judge Brandon Sheehan told Candeza Rio in handing down the sentence. Forensic pathologist Elizabeth Mooney determined that Jalen died from starvation and severe dehydration due to a pediatric neglect and ruled Jalen's death a homicide. Candera Rio also pleaded guilty to child endangerment. in the sentencing hearing Monday, which was live streamed by Cleveland's news station WKYC. Prosecutor played security videos of Candelario leaving her home on June 6 with a suitcase and returning on the morning of June 16th. About 10 minutes later, authorities said Candelario called 911, saying that her daughter was dying. Prosecutors said Candelario redressed her daughter in clean clothes and before the first responders arrived. But Mooney said in court that she found feces on Jalen's hands and feet and under her fingernails and on her mouth. So I hope she really enjoyed herself on that vacation, since that would be the last vacation that she'll ever have. Because when she gets inside that prison and those other prisoners, those other women find out that the reason she is there is for starving her baby to death while she was on vacation, good luck. Good luck to her. Because even criminals have codes of conduct. And mistreating a child is one thing that they do not look kindly upon. You do not have a good time in prison when you mistreat a child. And I just hope, and I hate to say this, but this is how I feel, that every day of her life she gets reminded about that little baby who had nobody to come to its rescue. And those women make her regret it each and every day for the rest of her life. Tell me I do not bring stupid people doing stupid stuff. This is an update. And as the stories go on and I find the updates, I will update other stories that I have covered. This is the end of this woman's story, because she will only see the outside of prison walls once she closes her eyes to this world and they carry her body out. And I think that is fitting for what she did. All right, y'all. See you next time.